trial over a video. Do you think that this jury's... Hi, everybody. Crafting Journey here. That Journey chick on Instagram. We have a verdict in the Theodore Edgecomb case, and I'm going to share it with you. I've also got my new desk and my new chair, my whole new setup here. So I'm going to show it to you. But yeah, I am live. We're going to share the screen and we're going to watch for the jury to come in. Let me just get the share screen up. First, I have to get the video to come up. We are on YouTube. Let's see if we can find. I'm watching Court TV. Live now.
What he said to the enhanced video one more time to confirm or disconfirm.
Okay. But is that the live feed? I don't know. We don't know if that's the live feed. Hi, Jerry. Welcome. We're going to get the verdict here in a sec. We're waiting for the jury to come into the courtroom. I'm trying to find it so I can share my screen with you guys. Now I have another streamer that's also streaming it, but I want to go. Okay, here we are. So as soon as this jury comes in, I will switch over to this feed. In looking at various situations, people of color find themselves unable to make certain. Hi, Robin. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny, how are you? Hi, Nancy. Nice to have you guys. Okay, we're going to share the screen. I think essentially what you have here is a situation where this man went after him, just like in the Rittenhouse case. And I made a list on my show of what some of the similarities were. Both of them claiming self-defense. Okay, we know that. We know that both of them are claiming, and we could see on video that was this other person coming at them. There was a question. No, this is Court TV, so they're just kind of chit-chatting here while we're waiting for the verdict. Can everybody hear me okay today?
For that to not be considered provocation by this jury. Again, I could be wrong. That's just my view. But in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, many people feel he didn't provoke anything. I say his presence at the protest was provocation.
Okay, I've got it in a different window, so we can go over to that window as soon as they go live with the verdict. This is the Theodore Edgecomb case in which he was on his bicycle.
His testimony.
There was an event.
Then the video supports what happened.
He chased after the car that had this woman, female driving. Her husband, who's an immigration attorney, was a passenger in the vehicle. He had yelled out some expletives, I'm quite sure.
Gravitas to claim self-defense and the need to shoot.
What actually started this whole thing is a little fuzzy. Depends on who you believe. Did he come out between the cars, Theodore Edgecomb on his bicycle, and almost hit the car, and they had to swerve to avoid hitting him? So he chases them down. After hearing the expletives, they come to a light. He enters, he stops at the vehicle with his bicycle. They exchange words again, and Theodore Edgecomb reaches in and punches the man in the face.
I love the way that you've analyzed
then,
that and broken that down.
They go to
former judge. I can say I never.
Then they go to Theodore Edgecomb gets back on his bicycle, turns the corner. He says to go back, to where what he was doing. The other person follows him in the van. The husband gets out. They exchange words again. Theodore Edgecomb gets out a gun and shoots him. So he's facing several different charges that they could find him guilty of: intentional manslaughter, voluntary manslaughter, reckless homicide, intentional homicide. There was like a little laundry list. These are the jury instructions. When they read those jury instructions, it took them like an hour to read the jury instructions. The judge was like, this is like the world record of jury instructions.
Was he aware of an imminent threat? Was it a reasonable belief that his life was in danger?
Hi, Diamond Queen. How are you? Let me just pull everything up on my thing here. We don't have a verdict. The jury has been out for less than 2 hours, and they are on their way back in the courtroom with a verdict. It's not not take them
connected
long
with it.
at
And
all
in these closings
to
working
come up
today
with a
too, about
verdict
how both
in
sides
this
really try to
case.
frame the story about what
Okay,
happened
now
here.
I
So
can
we'll
see
just
what
have
you
to
guys are
wait and
seeing.
see.
And it may have been about that
So
specific,
yeah, we're waiting for
what
the
a
verdict.
reasonable,
Court
the reasonable
TV is
belief
live,
is.
so
Yeah,
they're
I think
chit-chatting
what's
with
interesting
their
here, and I think that,
live
and I've said it
people.
from
Well,
the
I
beginning
chit-chat
when I
with
watched the
mine.
tape. My
Hi,
visceral
Verna.
response was,
How are
there
you?
really wasn't any
How's
time
everybody?
given.
Oh,
I
loud
think
and
some of the
clear. Good.
testimony from the
What do you
eyewitnesses
think of
said
the
from the
setup?
time
I have.
he stopped, the victim
I got to
stopped
get
in
a
front
decent
of the
shirt on.
defendant.
Actually, I'm
He
cold.
lifted up his arm,
I'm
shot him
gonna
down. And it
while
happened
we're
so
waiting
quickly. There was no
for a couple
there
of
was no,
seconds, I'm gonna
the
run and
fear
get
that's
a
required
jacket.
to
Hold on.
raise to the level of deadly force. That's where I think maybe the jury might have an issue if they come back with a conviction. My sense is if it's this quick, it might be a conviction. Love to get your thoughts on that. But coming back this quick, it seems like it might be a conviction. Because if it wasn't, they would have had to have gone through all these other charges to kind of figure those out, and that would have taken a lot more time. So I think those factors there are really what I think they might have focused in on and maybe have driven their decision.
Michael, it's so interesting because my initial reaction when I heard a verdict at 2.5 hours, I just immediately thought for the same thinking process that both of you have already described. And that is, well, they would have had to go through all the lessers if they started off with it wasn't self-defense. But you're right, it could equally be that it is a conviction of the first degree. But I think my initial thought was self-defense because if you look at that video and you're asking to see that video again and you're looking
So
at
this morning, my son
exactly
surprised me.
what happened,
He came
and
over,
whether or
put the
not
chair
it was
together,
a reasonable belief that
put
he
the
was
desk
in fear
together.
for his life, was it
Literally,
a threat? And
the
you see him get out of the car, start to walk, and however you want to describe it, whether you describe it as a run or
France
a jog
painting
or
that I'm doing,
speeding up
Diamond. I'm not wide awake yet. I was taking a nap. The painting that I'm doing,
towards
which
him.
is
So it's just interesting, and I think
98
this
by
is what,
70
as
centimeters,
viewers, we all
fits
have to
this
remember
desk
is we're
perfectly.
not there on the
That's how
jury with
big
11
the desk
other
is,
people
which
going
I'm
through
absolutely
not
loving.
only the
So,
facts of the case that we find to be
what's your
true as
great
a jury,
news,
but
Diamond Queen?
also
You know you're
jury
dying to tell
instructions,
us.
which have all
And
of
yes,
the
it's
different
cold outside, which is why I was
definitions that
cold.
they have to
So I
follow.
went and got my,
Chandler,
look,
what was your thought?
that
2.5
could be
hours,
gangsta.
self-defense
We
or
could do
first
this
degree?
gangsta
Well,
style.
I'm a former prosecutor,
There
so
you
I
go.
always
What do you think?
that way, and I think a quick verdict is a conviction. Makes
I
us
got
where
this
my
on
mind goes.
Amazon
But
the other day.
as
I
you
just
mentioned
love
this,
it.
Ashley,
The
I
inside
can
of
see what
it
you're
is
saying,
like
and
this,
that
it's
they just
lined with
didn't.
this
They thought
really
this was
comfy
self-defense,
fur
and they
lining.
stopped there. They watched
So
the video,
I am
confirmed
just
what they thought, and it could be
really
that
loving
way
it.
as well. So I'm
So
anxious
how
to
many have
hear
been
what the
following
actual
the case
verdict
with
is,
me?
and
Show of hands.
look back on the
It's
makeup
okay
of
if
this
you
jury,
haven't.
because as we know,
It
makeup
was
of
a
the
really
jury
quick trial, and
can
this
turn a
judge
case
has
one way
been,
or another.
he's
And
just got a
while I was in
really
the
weird
courtroom, I didn't really
personality.
see their
At first I
reactions,
labeled
but
him as
from
kind
what
of
we know, they were
mean and
attentive
gruff,
and
and
engaged
I think it's just his
throughout both
personality.
sides of this evidence.
So
It was a
interesting
diverse
thing
jury too,
today.
which
Oh,
is
let's hear what
important in
Diamond
this
Queen's
case.
news
And the
is. Her
judge even
brother
commented about
just
the
got home from
diversity
overseas.
of the
He's been
jury,
overseas
the
since
fact that
last
it was
July.
one of the most
That's
diverse that he'd seen.
wonderful
I was a
news.
little
I'm glad he's
apprehensive
home
when I
safe.
think we had 12 jurors because
Yay.
one
Hi,
of them
Jerry.
earlier today we know
Robin, it's
Bill
not here, but
hopefully is
summer in
fine, but as a
Australia.
result
Oh,
only 12 jurors,
yay.
and we know
So
during
she doesn't have to
deliberations,
wear
gosh,
warm
you
clothes
maybe
right now.
lost another, you're in a whole
Because
different circumstance. Michael, what
today
are
the
your thoughts
highs
about the
for
composition
today
of
were
this jury?
probably
Yeah,
15,
I think, what's
20
interesting,
degrees.
it's a small
So hi,
sample that they've been
Rochelle.
watching since
Hello.
the
We are
George
waiting
Floyd
for a
trial.
verdict
And it
in the
may be,
Theodore
folks, I think the
Edgecomb
system seems to be
trial.
shifting a little bit. I don't
And Nancy said, I
believe
got my
juries
orders
have
from
to
Diamond
necessarily
Painting
mirror
with
the
Sparklers
community to
and
be
Bella
fair.
Art de
I don't think they
Nicole.
have to be all black or
That's
all
nice.
white. If
You
the
know,
defendant is black
Sunday,
or white, I think
Tina
people ought to be
from
more
Tina Burney
fair.
from
I
Diamond
think that
Painting with
looking at things
Sparklers,
and
she will be on our
understanding that
show.
there
She's
are
another
different
sponsor that I'm going to
perspectives now,
interview. Now, I've
knowing that the
interviewed Tina
system
before,
has
and
been
she's walked us
functioning
around her
great. It's the
shop,
best system in the world, but
and
there
which
have
is
been
really,
flaws
really
in
interesting. So
those
hopefully
systems,
she'll
and
do that
it'd be
again, because it's
interesting
been
because if this is a not guilty
a
verdict by reason of
couple of years,
self-defense,
I think,
I
since
think
I
it's
interviewed
a big
Tina
step
and had her
forward
on the
because
show, but
there's a lot
she'll
working
be on the show
against this
Sunday.
defendant. He had an illegal
Yep.
gun.
And then
He ran
tonight
away
at
from the
6:30,
scene.
I'm doing
He
Croc with Me
actually
Wednesday.
punched this
We're going
man
to do the
in the
temperature
face.
cross
There's
stitch.
a
I hope you
lot
guys
of
are
priors that
participating
the
in that
jury
with
knew about.
I know
All
Jerry
these things
is.
working
So
against him,
Jerry,
and
did
yet
you
and
post your
still, with a black
progress?
man and a white man in the
I hope you
situation like this,
did.
if
Let's
they
see.
find him not guilty, I think it's
Where
again
is this
further evidence
verdict?
that the system is
Taking
maybe moving in a
forever.
direction where where, you know, fairness is an issue and people are understanding that.
So
you know,
this morning when they were
And I always think
doing
about
their
it,
closing arguments, right in
regardless
the
of what
middle
the
of closing
outcome of
arguments,
this is,
one
really,
of the
would the
jurors,
same
they said
outcome
she
have
got stood up
happened
and
if the
vomited, but
victim was
I don't know if
black
she
and the
actually
defendant
vomited, but
was
she was
white? And to
clearly
me, that's
not feeling
where
well.
justice is
Right in
blind.
the
It
middle of
should be
everything.
the
So they
exact
stopped
same
the closing
outcome,
arguments
even
and they
if those
actually,
roles were
um,
reversed. And what is
they
going to
only
happen in
had
this
one
case?
alternate
Let's listen
anyway. So
together if
he
we
just
could, because
went ahead
that
and made
issue
her
of
the
race was
alternate
addressed
and
during
said, "You're
part of the
excused,
closing
you can go
argument.
home." So he was left with the 12 jurors
Now,
to
the
deliberate.
truth of
Thank
the
God
matter
no
is,
one else got sick.
no party
But
here
they went out
knows exactly what took place on
for
September 22nd
deliberations
of
around
2020
2
because the
o'clock.
state has
It's
not
now been like
satisfied
3
or filled
hours that they've been
their
out.
burden.
But we've been
They
told
haven't
for the last
proven
half
anything
hour
beyond
that
a
they have a
reasonable doubt.
verdict.
What they've shown is theories.
They're just showing clips
They
of
haven't proved
parts of the
anything beyond a
closing
reasonable
argument right now, is what you're seeing.
doubt. They just came up and said,
So
he didn't have a weapon.
let's see if Jerry posted her progress.
Then they talk
Let's
about,
see in the Crafting Journey
no,
Facebook
it,
group.
knife
Yes, I'm
in the
singing
right
again.
pocket. Oh, no big deal. As if it takes so
Oh,
long.
somebody wants to come in the
for
group.
a
Well,
folded
of
knife
course you can come in the
to
group.
become a threat.
What happened to it?
Here's the
Member
knife.
request.
It's folded.
Debbie Perez, you are
It can go in the pocket
approved.
very easily.
Approved. Oh, so is somebody doing the temperature? Oh no, Naomi's just doing a carrot cake crochet
How long
project.
does it
Nice.
take
Vanessa did a
for the
small
knife to go from
pad.
being extended
Okay,
to being
don't
folded?
see any
Let's find out.
updates so far,
Less than a second.
but
Now
you
let's
have
go.
a couple hours till the Craft with Me Wednesday starts tonight. So,
Now,
gosh, John, that's so great that your brother's
just at the
home.
onset here,
I'm really happy for
I
you.
want to discuss a couple
This
things
is
with you.
the young lawyer representing Theodore
you've
Edgecomb.
heard a lot of testimony.
He's
in this
quite
case,
theatrical.
and This is a case
So we,
that, as you can see,
he did have a lot of
this
work
is
to
the
work
content
with
of
this
case. It
this
evokes a
guy.
lot
You
of
know,
passion.
he committed the
This
crime
case
and then
is
fled the scene and then fled the
it's a
state
precedent
for
setting case.
6 months.
This is a
Hi,
rare case
Jen,
that has
stopping in
been
to
presented
say
to me
hello. Hi,
where
Jen.
this
We have a
time
verdict in the Theodore
there's an
Edgecomb
African
trial.
American man
We are just
who's
waiting
now using
for the jury to
self-defense
come back.
against a
Then we'll
Caucasian
get to hear all about it.
You don't see that every day. And he's not
Let's
just
see what they're
anybody.
saying.
The evidence is so he's not just anybody. He's somebody that's well respected in this community. And
Jury
been
has
referred
reached
to
a verdict.
by many
Yeah, we're just
as a
waiting.
prominent immigration lawyer.
There is a lot of passion around this case, and in fact, there's a lot of passion.
And I'm sure once
between
they
the
go
three of
get
us,
into
but
the
judges
courtroom,
on
the
bench,
cameras
let's
will
go
go
back
back
and
into the
forth.
courtroom.
Grant Hubner for the state.
Theodore Edgecomb appearing by attorney Anika Ahmad.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is the cranky judge. And he kept joking with the jurors all week in his way that he has that they were going to get food poisoning out of the cafeteria. And lo and behold, you know, one of the jurors stands up and vomits today. And I hope that's not what happened to her, that she got food poisoning. But she definitely wasn't feeling well, and he excused her and allowed her to go home. But, you know, be careful what you wish for, the judge. So, am I completely in the dark? Oh, no. Jen, look at my new chair. Look, guys, I have to let you stand up, let you see it. Here's my new chair, my new desk, and I am so thrilled. My son came over with my grandson this morning, put this thing together, actually fixed up the old one, tightened up the old desk so Jean can use it. But this desk holds the Notre Dame Knights painting.
No matter what side you're on,
I don't have to roll it up. It's lying completely flat. That is how large this desk is. Did I do a video?
Excited and
this morning I did a video. Why does my nose itch? Y'all talking about me? Am I going to get money? Anyway. And it has a little shelf underneath. And you know what I got underneath here? Right now, I just a box of tissues.
Celebrating, nothing.
That's all. This morning, I actually had I have a tray of diamonds here, which I got to move because
discharge the jury.
I knocked it off the shelf this morning, so I need to not store it there.
Again,
yeah.
as has been a practice.
Hi, DP and Illuminating Max. We are waiting for the verdict. Sounds like we have it. So let's go to the courtroom. We're in the courtroom. Let's give it a listen. Can everybody hear it? There we go. The judge was talking. Hi, Cats Gallery. Nice to have you. Okay, I'm just going to be quiet for a few minutes while we hear the judge. I'm sure the jury's entering the courtroom. He does not allow people to stand when the jury enters the courtroom, which is quite unorthodox. He has everyone remain seated. I've not ever seen that before. Yep, my favorite judge.
All right, the jury's coming in.
Hi,
Everybody
Vivian.
remain seated, please.
I'm having trouble hearing it. There we go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's my understanding you've reached the verdict. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're the foreperson, ma'am? Yeah. You're juror number 4, is that correct? Yeah. Can you hand the paperwork to my bailiff, please?
Jen, could be. He's not ugly by any means. I wouldn't kick him out unless he's super short. That lawyer looks more nervous than his client.
All right, it appears to me that the verdict's in appropriate form. It's been completed. I'm going to read the verdict. Again, I would ask that there not be any overt reactions. We, the jury, find the defendant, Theodore Edgecomb, guilty of first-degree reckless homicide, a lesser-included offense of count 1 of the information. Based on that, the jury was requested and asked to answer a second question. Did the defendant commit the offense of first-degree reckless homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Answer, yes. It's signed today by the foreperson who's juror number 4. Based on that verdict, everybody, I'm going to poll the jury. I'm going to start with the foreperson, move to my right, then start in the back row in the left, and move to my right again. Ma'am, was this and is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, was this and is this your verdict?
Me? Yes.
Sir, was this and is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
Starting in the back, my left. Ma'am, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, this was and is your verdict, is that right?
Yes.
Ma'am, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, again, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
Last but not least, ma'am, this is and was your verdict?
Yes.
All right, I've polled the jury. The jury has confirmed their verdict of guilty of first-degree reckless homicide, the lesser-included offense of count 1 of the information. I will ask the foreperson, ma'am, I presume. Fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to thank you on my behalf, first of all, and also on behalf of the parties. I said previously more than once this week, and the lawyers acknowledge this as well, that to my observation, you've been certainly patient, first of all, and secondly, very, very attentive. There were times that things dragged. The case lasted a day longer than I thought it would, but you've all been very, very upright in coming to court, being here on time, listening intently to the evidence, the witnesses, the arguments of the attorneys. I am going to excuse you with the thanks of the court. I would ask if you stick around for a few minutes, I will come back to thank you in person in the jury room.
They had a lot to choose
I
from.
have to
They had
discuss a couple
a
things with
very
the attorneys.
long laundry
I would expect
list.
that will only take 5 minutes. I will come back. Thank you.
Crimes that they could have
also
found him
potentially
guilty
ask,
on,
or
including
answer any
first-degree
questions that you
homicide,
might have. Again, I
negligent
very much appreciate
homicide,
your efforts over the course of the
reckless
last 6 or 7
homicide.
days. I appreciate your patience, and I know the parties appreciate your work and
getting
efforts
ready
as
to knock
well.
the camera
So
over.
everybody
So
else
they
can
found
remain
him
seated.
guilty of
You follow my
reckless
bailiff out.
homicide, which
In a few
I
minutes,
totally
I'll come
agree
back
with that
to
verdict.
Thank you again in person.
I don't believe that he should have gotten the highest crime that he could have been charged with. This was a lesser included offense. So I just want to hear what the judge has to say. Hi, honey.
All right, the jury's been excused. Is there a motion?
Your Honor, state moves for judgment of conviction on the verdict.
State's not going to
I'm granting the
oppose it.
state's request, denying the defense request. I'm entering a judgment of conviction on the verdict of guilty of first-degree reckless homicide while using a
So-
if you want a PSI, a pre-sentence investigation done either by the DOC, or if you want to prepare one yourself, that will affect my sentencing date.
Yes, I would think we should have a PSI, Judge.
Fine, I'll order a PSI. Do you want that with or without a recommendation?
Without recommendation.
All right, I'll order a pre-sentence investigation from the state of Wisconsin, from the DOC. It will not include a recommendation. I candidly don't think I need a recommendation in this case. We'll set a sentencing date. The sentencing date will be in approximately 60 days. Again, the defendant is were pled to last week at the same time. Is that correct?
That's cool. Yes.
Fine. Sentencing on all three matters will proceed in about 2 months. I'll have my clerk pick a day. We'll set aside a fair amount of time. Madam Clerk? What day of the week is that? What day of the week is that?
They're just going to look at days
I
that they're
can't do that
available for the
Friday.
sentencing. So I'm going
And,
to
and I'm not available the next week.
stop sharing because that can get quite boring and take them, frankly, forever to figure out amongst all their calendars. So they found him guilty of reckless homicide. In the state of Wisconsin, reckless homicide is whoever recklessly causes the death of another human being under circumstances which show utter disregard for human life. So it wasn't, they didn't have to find any intent. It would have been better for the prosecutor had they found him guilty of intentional homicide. But I agree that he didn't really intend to kill him, that he was reckless in getting his gun out. But I don't think that he set out that evening to go kill this gentleman. So I agree with this verdict, but this verdict carries a penalty of up to 60 years. And with this judge, this guy may get every bit of that 60 years. He has not ruled at all in favor of the defense during this whole trial. He's not been acting very favorably towards the defense or the defendant. Kat's Gallery says he used is and was in the same sentence. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think it was obvious that he was guilty of something, but this morning when they were talking about the verdict form, the judge said, is there anything else you guys want to add? He says, this is like, I'm going to break the world record for giving jury instructions. There's so many things for them to choose from. And the prosecutor, trying to be funny, he says, well, we could add, what's the highest degree, something homicide, felony murder. And the judge said, really? And he's like, no, I'm just kidding. So the only thing he couldn't have been found guilty of was felony murder, which would have been really a high standard. But still, I agree, reckless homicide, that I think that they proved their case about reckless homicide because nobody really knows what happened there. Once those two got to the stairwell, there was some kind of altercation. There were words exchanged. Maybe Theodore Edgecomb thought he saw a weapon, but irregardless, he pulls a gun out of his pants in the back and he pulls it up and he shoots him because he thought he was in fear for his life. Is that reckless? I agree, it's reckless. Leave your guns at home, ladies and gentlemen, please. And he kept saying when he testified that he never intended that night to kill anybody. Then why did you take a gun with you to go get sushi on your bicycle? I mean, who does that? I mean, whatever. So what do you guys think of the verdict? Show of hands. If you're watching back on the replay, don't forget to abuse the like button. He is oft abused. Today he's a little bit exhausted because he helped put this desk together with my son and my grandson. So please consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed and you're watching back, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss when I do one of these pop-up lives. Yes. Diamond Queen, sorry, was talking to my mom, so I missed it. Oh, well, then you have to watch the replay, Jen. You picked the wrong time to go talk to your mom. Yes, guilty of reckless homicide. Yeah, which carries with a maximum of up to 60 years. It says that the 60 years breaks down into 40 years initial confinement and 20 years extended supervision. So he would only have to serve 40 of those 60 years. So, and I think this man is probably in his late 30s, maybe early 40s now. So he's going to be an old man. Maybe with good behavior, he'll be out, but he's not going to get a life sentence for this. Yeah. Rochelle said she thought guilty, just don't understand why the need to pull out a gun and shoot. Right. I mean, did you explore? Was there no other way to escape? You know, when this guy came towards you, and that's basically what he said, there was that he had no way to get away from this guy. You know, so why didn't you just punch him in the face again? You already did it once. You know, why not punch him again? Why get your gun out? I don't know. To me, I don't understand. I would have thrown my bicycle at him or something. First, I wouldn't be carrying a gun. I wouldn't. I would have been carrying my cell phone, and I've been calling 911. You know, here, why you after me? So, oh gosh, we got another troll in here. That's okay. I don't know what that nonsense is all about with these trolls lately. You think it was too harsh. Cat's Gallery thinks it was too harsh. Oh my gosh. Jerry said no gun, no death, justice served. I agree. Yeah. And the troll who has a name I can't pronounce has put some gibberish into the chat. Cat's Gallery says 911 takes too long to respond. Of course, in this case, it would have took them way too long to respond, but the gun is not the way to go. I'm sorry. I probably lose subscribers by telling people that I'm an anti-gun person, but I just don't, unless you're going to go out and shoot a turkey, you don't need to have a gun. I'm sorry. Especially if your intent is not to hurt anybody, why are you bringing a gun with you? He went out on a daddy-daughter date to get sushi and bring it back home so he and his older daughter could have this date and bond. But, he decided he's going to take his gun with him. It's not acceptable. I'm sorry. Yeah, Janie says, I absolutely hate guns. Yep. I could smurf you. Yes, I could. Can I do that in here? I can. There you go. Nancy. Yeah. I think Jen just popped in for a second. She's a moderator, but I don't think she's still in here. Kim, hello. She feels the same way. A lot of us do. My son, he keeps telling me that he got my grandson a gun for Christmas, a rifle. And he keeps saying, oh, it's just a blah, blah, blah. I don't understand the language. So I don't know what blah, blah, blah kind of gun it is. But I don't agree. I said, if I find, because I think he's joking with me. My son is very sarcastic. And I said, if I find out that that's true, I will break that thing in half. And I am not kidding. And then I will punch you in the face. He just laughs at me when I say that. Then I look at my other grandson who was here this morning, not the one he says he gave the gun to, but the other one was here. And I said, did your dad give Kaleo a gun? And he wouldn't answer me. I think he was afraid I was going to punch him in the face. What do y'all think of the new setup? Isn't it fantastic? And this diamond painting, it's fits on this table. This table is huge, which I am so grateful for. And this chair comes up way high. Remember, it's so much higher. The other one, it's so much higher than the other one. But my son was able to fix the other one, so my sister can use it to work on her diamond painting with the other table. So I set her up in another room. Can I raise the table? I was thinking about that. I can raise the table up higher. So if I'm actually doing diamond painting, the table can be raised up higher, and it tilts different ways, so I don't have it on a large tilt right now, but it's tilting a little. Where did I get it? Hi, Mama C. Where else? Amazon. Let me see. Let me tell you about it on Amazon. I don't run out and buy it, because everybody did that with the chairs. The last time I bought a chair, everybody ran out and bought that chair, and we all ended up hating that chair. So let me try it out for a week or two, and then if I really love it, I'll say, hey, go get it. But I'll tell you, let's say I ordered it off of Amazon. Of course, it's been sitting in my house for a couple of weeks. So this is, the desk is Studio Designs Aries glass. It has a glass insert, of course, because I've got it covered with a diamond painting. You'll not be able to see it. I don't know if you can see that. This is glass here with a wood surrounding it. So I think that's about as much as you can see of that. Oh, I turned my light pad on. And it is costing, because their prices change over time, $268. But I love it so much better. Like you said, it does go up and down, and it has the shelf underneath. Nancy says she thinks she has the same one. Ooh, do you like it? Because so far, I would not have liked it in my other chair, because I would have been, this chair, it's so perfect for me. My feet are touching the ground. Both feet are on the ground. And my knee, it's so comfortable on my knees. Before I was like sitting on the floor in that other chair. The chair did not cost that much. The chair is a Flash Furniture mid-back blue. Let's see. They actually call it a drafting chair with adjustable foot ring. Where's the foot ring? He didn't put there is a foot ring on there. How about that? Oh, the foot ring is, and if it actually goes up higher, if I went up higher, I could use the foot ring. And flip up arms. See the arms flip up. But then when I'm crocheting or something, y'all might be able to see what I'm doing. How about that? It is something you just need to get used to it. Oh, you love yours. Your chair was crazy expensive. Oh, you got a nice expensive one. This chair was, I guess I did $157. I bought all this at Christmas time. You guys, I was gifted by a lot of you subscribers with, super chats over Christmas time and my birthday. So I used that money. I always put the money back into the channel. So I used it to buy a table and a chair. Thank you so much. So it's fancy. I looked up the table. It looks pretty. It is pretty. I love it. I am so thrilled to have it. So you'll get to see more of it in an hour and 15 minutes when I go live again for Craft With Me Wednesday with the Crafty Heifer. So I'm going to say goodbye now, but I hope to see you guys all back here at 6:30. I just wanted to bring you the verdict live in the Theater Edgecomb case. I do not know what case I'm going to cover next. It's been difficult since Long Crime pulled down their feed. So we'll see what's in the works. I'll probably bring you some true crime stories to fill the gaps, as always, though. But I love you all. I will see you all in an hour or so. Take care. Bye.